What's up, fight fans? And we are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am your host, Edwin. We have an amazing show for you here today. Why is that still up there? Wow. Uh yeah, let me fix this. Wow. That took a little time there, huh? Man, I thought I had all the kinks worked out and everything. That's why I haven't been on in the last few days because I've been having some internet problems. So apparently they told me that everything was fixed and that I shouldn't have no problem today going on. So let's get right into this story. So please, we're gonna go over um is Claressa Shield the best female boxer? There were a lot of shots fired between Claressa Shields, Amanda, and this all really stemmed from their interview. Cameron. Cameron tweeted out to Claressa Shields. We're gonna get into all that and more, and all your favorite fights that took place and all the fights that are coming. We're gonna talk boxing here at this channel, so stick with us here at Round One Sports TV. So, fight fans, let me know that you hear me loud and clear, uh, and that the picture is also coming in good. You know, yeah, like I said, I had a little bit of issue here with the internet. Hopefully, everything sorted itself out, and I'm able to come back on and stream with you guys, and we could talk some boxing. Right now, this is an interesting topic, right? Because it's about the best female fighter, and sometimes it can get into mixed with races and between blacks and Hispanic, and a lot of things can get misconstrued, screwed, and things can be missaid or misspoken or what have you, right? What's up? I'm Carlos. How you doing, baby? In the building. Good to see you. Always joining us, my man. So what I wanted to do was when I saw this little story breaking and I saw where it was headed, right? So I wanted to follow the story to its source. How did this all start? So Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor were on the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and the numbers came out. The ladies were ecstatic. Amanda, Katie Taylor, everything they did for women's sport, it was out there full display. The ladies, they fought their hearts out, and it was a great night for boxing. A lot of controversy aside with the main event or how you felt about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's fight, that to the side, right? So the next day, all of a sudden, Claressa Shields takes to social media and she starts to tweet back in response to Cameron. Cameron stated that, in fact, which Cameron is a casual boxing fan. He's starting to learn more about this sport. He's more diverse in other sports, though. He's a smart man in other sports. I'm not saying that he's not in boxing, but he doesn't know as much or what it means to say some of these things to some of these girls and men that it's going to piss him off, right? Okay, so Cameron tweets to Claressa Shields that Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor's numbers was the most successful women's boxing event in history. And Claressa Shields texts back and said, no, right? But Claressa Shields has been a part and been around, right? When people try to change history, they try to rewrite history. That's been done to us with movies, trying to like take one champion and like erase them to put the guy that they want in front. We've seen that. So when you're a person and you have achieved some shit in your life, and all of a sudden you hear something and they trying to say that somebody else did it better than you should be able to step up and say, wait a minute, that's false. That's fake news. Because I still have the biggest gate for a female boxing match. Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields did 2 million views, right? On her fight. But the difference between Claressa Shields and Amanda Serrano's fight is that Claressa Shields headlined that fight. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor didn't headline. Jake Paul headlined, right? So in that aspect, Claressa Shields is right. Claressa Shields has the biggest gate, the biggest views for a female boxing match. And I got to admit, she's right about that. Okay? Now, where she's wrong is Amanda Serrano's fight and Katie Taylor's fight was the most viewed female boxing match. Not main event, not world title fight, no titles or names on it. If 60 million people were watching at that time, were tuned in, and there were 2 women in the ring, well, Claressa Shields, you can't doubt that 60 million people were tuned in, whether or not anticipating for the next match. There were 2 women up there on stage, 2 females that are in your sport. And I believe both women did get paid handsomely. So I know you don't want to go who made the most money, because now you can't say anything. Because Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor they smashed your numbers. Destroyed them, in fact. But these are your girls. I'm Claressa Shields. These are the women in your sport, and that's how competitive they are, even in women boxing. Now, who's better as a boxer? That's a whole different conversation. That conversation, we shouldn't be going down this road. And in fact, I'm going to show you why we shouldn't be going down this road. It really isn't fair to both women, but if you want to open up this can of worms, we can open it up. Why don't, in this show, since I started it, what did I always say? We only kick facts around here. Just the facts, right? And if we're looking up just the facts, well then, let's do exactly that. Hey, look at who's that? Amanda Serrano. Wow. What a coinkydink. Hey, welcome to the show, Amanda Serrano. Good to have you on here. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Check it out. All jokes aside, this is Amanda Serrano's boxing record on BoxRec. Amanda Serrano, 47 fights, 31 knockouts, 3 losses. This is up to date. Up to date. Okay. Check it out. Oh shit, Claressa Shields. So welcome for joining the show. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Check it out. Claressa Shields. 15 fights, 3 knockouts. Huh? What? Well, wait a minute. 15 fights, 3 knockouts. Well, that gotta be a mistake, a typo. So, Amanda, 31 knockouts. 31 Are you kidding me? That's not fair to put Claressa Shields' record against such a decorated fighter. I don't think that that's fair. Not you shouldn't do that. So, in 15 fights, let's see what she did though. You got to talk about her record. If you're going to bring her up, we got to bring up the truth, right? Look at them titles. You see them things blinging right here? Okay. She had the Oh, wait a minute. The WBA World Championships, if any of the women had it, it's not going to be noted on BoxRec. So, in fact, there's probably a belt or two missing out of this. Good thing we got Wikipedia, right? Because we'll go to Wikipedia too, right? We'll Google both of these girls, right? And they can't hide it because it's gonna be there, right? So okay, let's quickly go over here and check out what the American Superstar did because they're both American fighters. Okay. North American Boxing that's not a belt. WBC silver middleweight that's not a belt. It's not a real belt. The silver, you don't count that, right? No, of course not. And now you got the IBF. Now you see how it's worded right here? World super middleweight, real belt. Real belt right there. Those are real belts right there. The women's, that's the champion. This, right? What's this? What's this? What's this? Silver what? You don't get no credit for that. Come on now. This is where you start counting from. But this would look better if her WBA world titles were here. Freaking BoxRec, you know what they're going through with everything. But it would look a lot better for Claressa Shields if the rest of her titles were freaking up on BoxRec, bro. It would look a lot better, man, because now I'm not exactly sure because, look, she fought for 2 belts right here. What if that was for 3? That's a big difference, bro. All right? What if this fight right here was for 3 belts? What if she had a I don't know because they took him out. If it was for 2 belts, whatever. But she's got 1, 2 fight for real world titles. 3, she fought for the IBF right here. Look, a WBA could have been right in here. I don't know. All right. Look, more world title fights. Look, so where were we? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She has 12 consecutive world title fights. Yes, she does. Her last 12 fights, as you can see right here, even if the WBA world titles are not listed, you could clearly see there's other belts there. So her last 12 fights were for world title fights. And if you weren't paying attention, right here, you see right here, this is the weight she came in. This is the weight of her opponent. You see? That's the weight of her opponent. So she started her fight career at 167 pounds. She started her fight career 159, 162, 165, 167, 159, 159, 159, 153 and a half, 153 and a half, 153, 174. So 153.5 is the lowest she ever fought. She has 3 weight divisions. Remember this, guys. 3 weight divisions. 12 title fights. She's been undisputed in 2 separate weight divisions. She never completed the third one, which I believe it's the last one she became undisputed at 174. Yeah, she did. There has to be a WBA world title right in here. And if you put a WBA title right here, that's 2 weight divisions. That's 2. 153 WBC IBF. Oh shit. If you put a WBC world title right here, that'll be 3 separate. She unified in 3 separate weight divisions. If you put a WBC in here, she has an IBF, a WBC, and the WBO. That would have been 3. She'd have been unified in 3 separate weight divisions. But I don't think she did it. She only unified in 2. And she has 3 weight divisions. That's all she has. Now, impressive. 3 knockouts, 20% knockout ratio. Yeah. She's 5'8", 68 arm reach. Yeah. Okay. Now, Amanda Serrano, 47 fights, 31 knockouts, 3 losses. Okay. 36 years old, 5'5". Knockout percentage ratio, 65%. Right? Okay. She has, as a matter of fact, just to, I'm not sure if I can go back here and do this over. Maybe I could, maybe I can't. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. All right. All right. Nah, it's not gonna let me do it. I was gonna do the Wikipedia. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Not so fast, Tanto. Not so fast. Hold up. Let's see if this works. That'll be dope. Oh, yes, it did. That's dope. Yes, it did. Maybe I could just press it here. Yep, it's around right here. Bam. Okay. So, how would you go to her Wikipedia, right? Wikipedia right here. Boom. All right, there she is. Haha, I'm learning, baby. I am learning. I'm getting fluid with this right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Listen, peep game, bro. Check this out. All right, why don't we just look at her career, right? That's the lovely lady right there. That's the lady in question. Right here, she was born October 9th, 1988, 36 years old. Um, Puerto Rico, native, Okay, weights. You see where it says right here, weights? The weight divisions? Bro, look at all the weight divisions she's fought in. Super flyweight, Baltimore. That's 1. Anyway, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 weight divisions. Claressa Shields has 3 weight divisions. Amanda Serrano eclipsed her achievements by double and 1. She matched her on her 3, went up 3 and 1. She just say up 4. But what I'm trying to show you is Amanda Serrano did her career twice. I don't think it's fair to compare them But the reason why we're here is because Claressa Shields is self-proclaimed the GWOAT. She calls herself the GWOAT. She bought herself the chain. She gave herself the name. People weren't calling her that. They were calling Amanda Serrano the GOAT before she even got that chain. Because Amanda Serrano has done a lot. And if Claressa Shields was smart, she would recognize the reason why she has some success is because of ladies like that came along before you, young Claressa Shields, and paved the way and kept boxing alive. And look where Amanda Serrano is right now in regards to paychecks. She opened the door for you, Claressa Shield. I can't wait to see what your next paycheck could be like. Why? Because of what them two women did. You can't take away Claressa Shield from the fact that even though their fight was going on and there was a headline main event in it, at the time of their fight, they can tell how many people are watching. They reported that. There were two females in that ring, and there were that many millions of people tuned in, watching the fight. So, although they didn't make a main event, so what in actuality, Claressa Shields, what in actuality you're saying is that two female fighters that didn't headline got more views than your fight, and they didn't main event and they got paid more than your fight, and you headlined. Claressa Shields, you're doing this to yourself. This is self-inflicted. Instead of backing the girls up, instead of being like, yeah, Amanda, yeah, Katie Taylor, maybe I'm not, the outcome, however she feels about it, maybe Claressa feels that the right woman won. She's entitled to her opinion. I can't hold her on that. Claressa Shield can speak her mind on anything she wants to. But when we're talking about appreciating, paying homage, the facts, all right? Claressa Shield, women like this paved the way for you. And what you're trying to do is overshadow every other female fighter because you got 3 weight divisions. Really? Amanda got 7. And Amanda's run, her belt run, is ridiculous. Her belt run is incredible. What has she got, like 36, 37 world championships? You got 15. Claressa Shields. I know Claressa Shields got 15 world champions. Because if she wins 4 that night, that's 4, bro. Her next fight, if she defended those 4, bro, those are 4 more. You got to count them, bro, because they were on the line. It's not like she had 3 belts in the back locker and she only put 1 up, and just in case she lost, she had other 3. No, if the belts are on the line, then you defended or won those belts. Am I right? Am I saying anything wrong here? Can we please hit these likes, please? Come on, guys, right? So Claressa Shield, I got to give her credit for 15. But why are you doing this to yourself, Claressa Shield? Don't do this. You're putting up your 15 against Amanda's? Don't do that. You're going to lose because paper doesn't lie. Women lie, men lie, numbers don't. Claressa, at the end of the day, you're going to make people turn on you, and that's not what I want to see. Joe, just give her respect too. Listen, Claressa, there's room. There's room to be called the GWOAT. There's room. If you would have lifted Amanda's hand with you, both of you being U.S. fighters, you're the GWOAT in the heavyweight, she's dominating the low weight, you two sisters are rocking boxing. Yo, you hook up with her, bro. She's making mad money. What are you doing, Claressa Shield? Don't become Devin Haney, man. Don't do that to no, you're too good. Yo, Clarissa, baby, bro. Now, don't do this. Don't. Yes, you're competitive. Yes, you've done some shit, bro. That's just like people trying to shit on Floyd or Terrence Crawford on their way up. Don't do that. The people are gonna turn on you. Because at the end of the day, we all talk shit. And I know you hear a lot of people calling you the GOAT, Claressa Shields, and pumping your head up. But as soon as LeBron made the mistake that he publicly came out and said he's better than Jordan, and until he did that, they jumped all over that man. He got set up by those reporters and everybody. You're the best. You're the best. Bro, your freaking scoring title was never in the conversation. Rub that on your chest. 3 3-peats. That's what we're just 6 rings. That's all we're talking about. Your little scoring title was never on the line, LeBron. Go that way. Yo, they flipped on him. And Claressa Shields, man, yo, you good. You want to, yeah, yo, listen, USA, baby, right? But that's Amanda. See, you should, yo, you should rock with your sister. What she's doing for female boxing, what she did on that night, you can capitalize on this too. Look what we doing. Look over here. We made female boxing 2-minute rounds. Now they not gassing. Now they banging it out. Oh, it's getting exciting. People are like starting to turn around like, whoa, these women are fighting like her eye. The toughness that she showed. Women all over the world were like, oh my God, oh, she's gotta quit. And she was like, no, I ain't quitting for all the women out there that are watching right now. They're going to show us get down, baby. Let's go. And they started slugging it out. Yo, it was just so big. And for Claressa to turn around and shit on her sisters, Katie Taylor's her sister too. They're all her sisters, man. In boxing, I know we competing. You know what I mean? But God, man, Claressa Shield, she won't let like nobody get their moment. You know, she's so far into like boxing politics that she's in the men's arguing with Javante Davis. Y'all seen it. She's all up in here arguing with dudes. Like it's crazy, right? I'm watching the women in the world go through their struggles now. And all it reminds me of is men. The struggles that we always had. The struggles that my father had, my grandfather's grandfather had as being a man. When you're born a man, we're at the top of the food chain. We only compete against men. The women compete against us. And the women judge themselves off of us. You don't believe me? Okay. What are the majority of these women that are a lot of, and I'm not saying that a lot of them are, I don't even know what to call women, that are on the other side of the fence. I have no idea what to call them anymore because now I'm stuck here, right? But you guys know what I'm lesbians, right? Okay. Oh, I don't even know if I said that right. That might be totally wrong. Or I don't want to say LGB. I don't even know what those letters mean, bro. Anyway, a lot of those women want to be what? Men, right? And a lot of women are getting away from men because they hate men, but they're turning into men. That's kind of what I don't get. Their method of like saying, we don't need men, but they turn into us, whether it be dressing wise, talking, physical, sports, you name it. They're copying their style and what they do off of men. That's what the women of today is. And even if they're not, because there's women that are married that are in sports that they don't have to be that way, right? what sport are they in? They're in a sport that was created by men, and they're getting into it to do what? They want to show they can do it what who does, what the men do. You see? So women, like, all they've always been trying to do is like be us in a sense, right? So I know what it's like to be a man. I know what it's like to grow up as a man. And I see the women of today, they all got the same problems I had 20 years ago when the government did that to us as men. When the government made us look less than to our families, to our wives, put child support on us, all these titles and stuff to separate us from our families and everything. And as a young man, I used to think I got to look fly, dress fly, always. And if I was with a woman, could I make another woman feel that way? Right? Everything I just said is what a woman feels like right now, today. They just turned into, like, society turned them into us. Yeah, it's crazy. Most women now, you see them all over social media, they're too busy doing their body looking good. And their question in their mind is, if I did it with this dude and I made him feel like that, can I make another dude feel like that? And I'm looking at the girl and I'm saying to myself, bro, you guys turned it. I'm just sitting back and I'm watching it like this, and I'm just saying, the women just turned into dudes. That's it. That's it. But the problems are still gonna be there. So I see where Claressa Shields is like, you know, she, she has like this persona that in a brand that she's trying to make. And her approach on getting there is crush anybody by all means necessary, even as and if I have to step on the other women to do it. And I don't think it has to be like that. In women's sports that, you know what I'm saying, girls, like, for real, true real talk. If you can say thing about men and give your opinions, then you should be able to listen a little. You know what I'm saying? And just take some constructive criticism, because all of this is all love. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing but love for the ladies and any of their sports, but they should learn how to take constructive criticism, because we're not trying to hurt you. We're trying to help you. Yo, that idea that Shaq said, lower the rim by that much, that way the girls can start dunking. Yo, that was a brilliant idea. I thought, yo, he might as well just turned into Einstein with that one idea. And the ladies, the way they shot it down, the way they meted it, they were like, no, you want us to be less than, to see that we need help doing it. And when in volleyball, the net's down that much. Now we just made the female boxing 2-minute rounds, and I believe that was awesome. That was one of the best moves they could have made. Amanda Soprano and Katie Taylor wanted that fight to be 3-minute rounds, just in case you guys didn't know. But they denied it and said, no, 2-minute rounds. It was better that way. It was better. Ladies, please take our advice. You guys can capitalize on this so much. Listen, in 5, 6 years, if you want to go back and I'm gonna put the rim back up to 10 if you feel, or the rounds up to 3. But while you get your sport bigger, look at in the NBA how they move back the 3-point line. How many times have they moved that 3-point line throughout the history and the course of the NBA? It keeps going further and further back. Pretty soon it's going to be half court. That's a 3. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking, ladies, to to work out solutions on some of your sports, learn to take advice from the people that were there first, that know what it's like to make a sport and build it. You guys are trying to do copy, paste, and print when you don't got enough Hercules women like you. If there's for every one woman that's super special, in between, there's you don't got enough. So your super athletes would have to go down a little to make your league with, you see what I'm saying? So I just believe like they should like work with us, with the men. Let us guide you sometimes. ladies. That's all. Let us help you. Take our advice sometimes. That's it. Like, let us, you know what I'm saying? We're not here to like, at least I'm not. You know, I have daughters. I have daughters, man. I see my daughters competing and stuff or thing, and I encourage them. Yo, you could do it, this, whatever. Right. So this, I'm not saying anything bad here. I'm just saying, ladies, calm down. And it seems like the ladies are definitely turned into dudes. You should see their mannerisms and shit, right? I know I haven't been out a lot. I'm married and shit, right? So I don't, you know what I mean? But once in upon a time, your boy, you know what I'm saying, was out there getting it, right? Right? So like I go out, I'm out and about and shit in the city, and I'm checking out these chicks and shit. Like I'm sitting there, and by the way, my wife's next to me. She does it with me. We have a great relationship, right? So my wife's like, "Look at her," and then this and that. And we talking about, and I'm checking them all out, and I'm just saying everything they're doing. I heard them talking and stuff, and my wife's friends come around, they talk and shit, and I'm just like looking at them, and I'm just saying like that was us, me and my man's talking 20 years ago as men. And they're like sitting there like I couldn't believe it. I was like, they just turned you guys into us. That's it. And you guys allowed it to happen. It's just crazy. But, you know, as far as women's sports, it was a great night of boxing. I don't think Claressa Shields needs to get this personal with Cameron's remark. She needed to remember that it wasn't Claressa Shield that said this. I mean, Claressa Shield needs to remember that it wasn't Amanda Serrano that said this or Katie Taylor that said this. You know, Claressa Shield, like it was Cameron that said this to her. And it was about a Pacific thing. And then it completely went somewhere else. And then Claressa Shield, listen, um, with all the respect and love and appreciation for everything you've done in women's boxing from the bottom of my heart. Um, stop stop doing that. Stop attacking your ladies and you're attacking them and shitting on them and they're not even in your weight division. I could see if you were talking shit about her because you wanted to fight her next, but a fight between you two would never materialize. You're so far apart. So your attack on these ladies is just selfish. You're just attacking your own. And, you know, Lionheart, what's up, my man? How you doing? What's up? How you doing? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, listen, man. Lionheart, she's so and then she calls herself the GOAT. She went and got herself, and with respect, okay? She's got the right to call herself whatever she wants, okay? But in reality, is she like, girl, you don't want to put your record against Amanda's record and think that that's going to go under the radar because you won some 3 division shit. Amanda has multiple belts and multiple divisions. What makes champions in the men's weight class, what shuts the door behind other fighters is divisions. What makes him such a prestigious world champion? He has 5 weight divisions. Oscar De La Hoya has 6 weight divisions where he won titles in real world championships. 6 weight divisions. But there are men that have done more impressive stuff. Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford unified in 2 separate weight divisions, all 4 belts. But here's the problem with that. That's only one division. You can have all 4 belts or you can have 1 belt. Guess what you'll be called? The champion in that division. You might have a different title at the end of your name, but you're only going to get credit for 1 division. And in order for me to you to be equal, right? I got 1 belt, you got 3. We're in the same weight division. and you're gonna go down as a unified, right? And I'm gonna have one belt. Your status is gonna be stronger than mine in the division, but that's still only one division. How does those 4 belts mysteriously turn into a more prestigious accomplishment? No, it's great. It's remarkable, but it's only in one division. So Terrence Crawford cannot tell a Mayweather to push to the side. Mayweather's still holding that torch like this. Strong too, I might add. Terrence Crawford can't snatch that torch out of his hand yet. Now, Terrence Crawford matches him, and he gets 5. He's got 4. I don't know if he could do that. If he gets 5 with the 4 belts, he beats Mayweather, bro. And undefeated, he beats Mayweather because he's tied with him, right? And once he's tied, see, that's all we got to understand. We understand championships. Jordan, 6. Tom Brady, 7. We understand championships. Mayweather, 5 weight divisions. Do that. Now and then first do that, then we'll talk. Miguel Cotto for Puerto Rico cannot say he's better than Mayweather. He only got 4 weight divisions. Oscar De La Hoya legitimately can say he's better than Oscar, though. Yeah, he can. He might have lost a lot. He can't say that. He can't argue with Oscar and Mayweather on numbers because Oscar pulled his share of money. He sure the fuck did. So maybe not on one night, but Oscar De La Hoya was making like 30 million, 20 million. Like he was like, it took a while for the Mayweather train to build up. Remember that. But when it did, he made big money at the gate, at the door, like dumb money. Like, yo, one of his fights was crushing like 10 boxing careers. Like, it was crazy. But Oscar actually, yeah, he can actually look at Mayweather and be like, yeah, little guy. Yeah, he can. Because that's what defines you. How many weight divisions have you? How successful are you? Or did you just stay in one weight division and dominate Claressa Shield? Were you like the biggest, toughest, strongest girl? Your competition wasn't even that great. I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there. I shouldn't even said that because it's gonna look worse. And the thing is, Claressa Shields is my girl, bro. I got love for her, man. You know what I'm saying? What she does for women's sports, and the Americans, and she got them belts, baby. Bring them home, girl. Come on, man. So I got a lot of respect for her, a lot of love for her. I respect her career, her legacy. I respect the titles that she's won. I respect all the weight divisions she's been in. Um, you know, um, I remember watching a Claressa Shield fight. She was coming in, she was mad young. I remember. She had like these blue braids in her hair, I think it was at the time. And she fought this girl, which was the woman's champ. She was a Latin woman too. She was a thick girl too. She looked strong. Yo, she hit Claressa Shield, and Claressa Shield sat on her ass and watched her mouthpiece roll on the boxing floor, and she couldn't believe she was on the floor, and she turned like this to the side, and she saw her mouthpiece rolling on the floor by. It was going by, and she followed it. She was like, and she looked at the lady like this. She looked at her, and she was like, "Good one." And she got up. They got the mouthpiece, and she persevered and won that fight, Claressa Shield. Um, and it goes to show you, she's been down before in a fight. She's been down before in life, but she's always found a way to come back and win. And that's a real winner in my book, Claressa Shields. Amanda Serrano is a real woman and a great woman in female boxing. I believe undoubtedly, she's the GOAT. She is. For as much as she's done for the ladies and the doors, in fact, that she just opened for Claressa Shield. Claressa Shield, please, I'm begging you, do not slam this door on your face. Take what your sisters did for you on that night and capitalize on it. Give your sisters the nod. Give them the credit. You know, these are not girls in your weight division. You have no reason to put these girls down. None at all. You can capitalize on this, girl, if you're smart. If you want to have the people come after you, if you want to be LeBron, go ahead, Claressa. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Watch. You're gonna get a rude away. Watch when they're gonna post her record against yours. They're gonna plaster it. And what you gonna keep saying? Oh, I got undisputed here. Amanda did the same thing. She's got undisputed there, undisputed there. Don't do it, girl. There's no reason. There's no reason. When we talk about the GOAT in boxing, the GOAT in boxing, for one, in men's boxing, Claressa Shield, you cannot um be called the GOAT in men's boxing until you are retired. Unfortunately, your boxing record must come to your boxing career must come to an end. You have to have 5 years behind you without getting in the ring, because we know how crazy these boxers are. After 2 years or 3 years, they'll get off the couch and be like, "I'm back. I'm back." And then they get knocked out brutally. And then you end up like Roy Jones with 10 losses and him getting knocked out 8 times. That's what hurts Roy Jones's career and his argument for being called the GOAT, when rightfully he has a great argument. If he would have stopped, if he would have got knocked out by Magic Man that night and just stopped boxing, he would have a strong argument against Mayweather for GOAT status. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Okay? So the fact that he lost so much, it furthered him out. So in order to be talked about, to be given the label GOAT in boxing, you got to have 5 years retired. Because after 5 years, we don't think you're coming back unless you're Mike Tyson, right? So 5 years retired. After that, they total your record. And they see if you've done enough, first of all, to be entered in the conversation. And you have to meet the requirements. What are the requirements for being GOAT? You have to be the best. How many weight divisions you got? How many belts you got? They start tallying all that. Are you undefeated or are you defeated? Just because you lost doesn't mean you're not in the conversation. That's bullshit. There's GOATs that have losses. There's GOATs that have losses. So don't give me that shit. All right? So as far as, that's when everything is said and done. So for her to be calling herself the female GOAT while she's active speaks to her arrogance. Speaks to she doesn't want to share the spotlight with anybody else. That's bold. To claim yourself the female GOAT when your career is not said and done, girlfriend, what if you go out in your next 5 fights and get knocked out? Simple, you're going to say, that's not going to happen. Yeah, well, Roy Jones didn't think he was going to get knocked out 8 consecutive times. Manny Pacquiao didn't think he was going to get knocked out against Mark. Yo, listen. You can't definitively say that, Claressa Shields. So how would you disrespect all the women that came before you? Who's your female champion? I might not be as fluent with them as you might be, but who is the greatest female fighter in the world of all time? Who is she? Because whoever that lady is, you're disrespecting her by acting this way right now. Amanda Serrano, with all the disrespect and all the shots you took at her for no reason, because this came out of Cameron's mouth with a tweet between you and him. This actually had nothing to do with her, but yet you let it get there and you started mentioning her name. That's when you dragged Amanda into it, Claressa, because Amanda was never in the conversation. It was between you and Cameron. But your head is so big that you wouldn't allow yourself to see that. No, Claressa, man. And then, right, you attacked your own. You attacked your girl. Amanda was doing good thing. And even out of all the bad shit you said, yo, the class act that is Amanda Serrano, her response, not her coach. Her coach is, yo, ese tipo está fuego, right? Yo, he's the shit, though. You gotta love him, right? He does speak crazy and he speaks his mind, though, right? No hair on his tongue, right? But Amanda's a class act. She truly is. Did you see her tweets after all that hate came her way from Claressa Shields out of left field? For what? For bringing up women's boxing? For increasing our paychecks? For what? For you? So Claressa Shields, so you can get paid big time on your next fight? Really? And you're gonna take shots at her? I was like, shit. This is crazy. I was like, this is getting spicy. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I was. I didn't forget Claressa getting dropped. George, yo, that was bugged out. I remember she was mad young. Yo, her mouthpiece was rolling like that. I thought she was gonna lose that fight. I was like, damn, Claressa, get up, baby. She fought well. That was a tough fight. That fight could have went either way. Claressa got dropped in the fight and she still managed to win the fight. So people feel like, you know, that was a questionable fight. The rim definitely needs to be shorter. My man, listen, bro, if you push that rim down, I swear to goodness, this much, yo, the girls will be buffing. Boom. That's all that's missing in female basketball. Yo, we start seeing these girls give their sisters alley oops on a drive. It's gonna blow my mind. I see your girl coming down to, and gotcha. Boom. Yo, what? I was like, yeah, baby. Yo, because they got the dribble, they got the moves, they got the shot, they got everything. The only thing that's missing in female basketball is the slam dunk. That's it. You get more girls. Yo, the first girl to buff it on another girl while she's trying to block, that's going to be the first woman dunking poster, and it's going to set a trend. The first girl that buffs it on another girl, like a contested shot, boom, where the other girl had an opportunity to block it. Not like that one extra tall girl in the NBA. Out of all the girls, there's probably two girls that can dunk in all women's sports. And she dunks on a little one that was like, and it looks fake as hell. No, when you get two girls that can equally dunk, trying to block her shot, and it was like a challenge, like a real challenge, the female, the basketball world will go in an uproar. That would be the shit. I'm trying to tell you. That's all they need is the dunk, man. Yeah. But I look, I think that the ladies did a great night. I think they had a great moment. I think this was all done in part through a very special individual, and who we got to give him credit to, Jake Paul. That's where the credit is due. That's who helped Amanda Serrano get noticed. That's who Jake Paul had on his side. Whenever Jake Paul fights, Amanda Serrano fights. That's real love right there, bro. And she did her job. She had to win, and you know what I'm saying? And she did. And she did. So I love what the women are doing with boxing today. You know, I wish they can still be competitive and talk shit to each other. Not like that. Not like that. That's just straight hate because there's no fight that can be materialized. Had they been in the near the same weight division or been at each other, then we can say, oh, she's getting at her because of that. But if she's so far out of your radar that a potential fight with her, when Claressa Shields at 175, what are you guys like talking about, right? That would never happen. So if if I don't understand why are you taking shots at me if you're not gonna fight me? You know what I'm saying? That's like Naoya Inoue starts talking shit to Tyson Fury. Yo, Tyson Fury, I will fuck you up. Yo, come on, Naoya Inoue. We know you cloud chasing because you can't fight Tyson Fury. That's like Naoya Inoue dissing him. Or the other way around. Tyson Fury calling out Naoya Inoue. Tyson Fury going on, that's a better way to put it. Going on and saying, "Hey, I want to fight Naoya." Come on. Tyson, you know you can't. Claressa, you know you can't fight her. You know that fight will never happen. Come on. And why you doing this? It's because of that. So, but you know, shit happens. And sometimes we get our feelings involved. And I think Claressa Shield took that as a disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Cameron, took shots at Claressa. And I'm not sure if that was a direct shot to Claressa through Cameron from the fellas. Meaning Claressa's been putting her nose in business she really shouldn't be involved in, or conversations she shouldn't be having with the men boxers. It's cool, y'all go back, but that was getting a little bit out of hand, and it still is. And men boxers, they got their favorite rappers, they got their favorite athletes, basketball. They do, they hang out. And how do I know that at the right time they said to Cameron, yo, Cameron, whenever you can, take a shot at her for me. Yeah, I got you. And then when the Amanda fight came out, shots fired. And then Claressa took it and went, I don't know how this really like, I'm not in Cam's corner. I don't know, but that's what it was. But we have a lot of good boxing anyway coming up, right? And as far as men boxing, right? Emmanuel Navarrete and Valdez they're gonna run it back. I'm interested to see that fight. I'm under the impression we might just see the same fight over again, right? There's a big possibility. I don't think Navarrete changes. What I see in the fight is the only thing I'm waiting for is Oscar Valdez's approach to the fight. See if he can make right adjustments. It seems like in the first fight, he kept going with the same game and it wasn't working. He didn't make no adjustments. He didn't really make that many reads. He was getting success. And I think that's what was killing him. That his game plan wasn't fully not working. And when he would get a little bit success, I think he just kept going with it. He kept forcing what they were working on, and they should have made more adjustments, right? And their corner should have been prepared for that. If we are in the fight and this happens or the fight's not going our way, let's work out some strategy. Or what do you see? What can you tell him to implement? You have a professional fighter here. He's probably thrown every kind of punch he knows how to throw. What are we watching? So that's my approach to it. What does Oscar Valdez bring to this fight? You know what I mean? So and on that card with the Oscar Valdez card, there's gonna be some pretty good fights there too as well. Look, Robesi, Espinoza. Look, that fight right there, man. Robesi has the skills to beat this guy. He does, man. He does. He has the skills to beat this guy. Robesi's a strong fighter, and I think if Robesi this time gets him in trouble, he might not let him off the hook or gas himself out. In which I'm starting to think in the fight that maybe Robesi starts thinking about the first fight in this fight. Starts having a little bit of flashbacks. You have flashbacks in your life without you sometimes not even realizing it or catching that you're in that moment. He might go into the ring and start thinking that, he might gas out again. So he starts to be conservative in a few rounds where he should have believed in his training and not been thinking about that. Every round you got to tell yourself, I hope there's 10 more rounds. You could be in the 10th round and say it to yourself, I can go 10 more. Don't let doubt creep in the middle of a fight ever. Don't ever let doubt. When the guy walks up to you, from the moment he walked up to you, my best advice is let nature take its course. Don't think for him. Don't think if I hit him, I'm going to get him mad. No. If you hit him and he turns around, looks at you worse, shuffle back and just reposition yourself and go, I got some more for you right here. And I'm going to keep hitting you with them until they affect you. Because he's human, right? Don't panic, right? So in those kind of situations, these are trained fighters. And I think that Espinoza right now saw Robesi break. That was a different kind of ass whooping. When he overcame that and he was out working Robesi, and Robesi had no answer. And he was tired and he was fatigued. And Robesi couldn't even defend himself. He was like on the ropes like this, boom, 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 right? And he was just, and then he had to go down because pure exhaustion. And he's getting beat up. I'm pretty sure those punches hurt. But had it been you were better trained and better prepared as a champion, whose fault is that? This man walked away with your title. And I think that Robesi, man, let's see what version we get of him. I know Espinoza, he's riding high. I seen his first title defense. He looked amazing in it. The guy they put in front of him, he was ranked number 2. He was no tomato can. He wasn't no cab driver. He went out there, but he wasn't no Roberto Ramirez neither. Okay. There's very few fighters at the 126 that have his kind of skills, but it's up to him to put it together. I think that Roberto Ramirez is your definition of a spoiled athlete. He has a lot of entitlement, Roberto, for me. Just because he knows he's good, he tries to win off God-given talent. Because Roberto was probably the type of guy coming up that he was like the man in his gym. And even when he didn't train, he was still beating everybody in the gym. With just coming in off the street of like 3 weeks, not even in the gym, walks in off the street with his Nike still on, whoops everybody's ass and walks out the gym. Yeah, you're the man in your gym. I've seen those kind of guys, but I've also seen that hurt the guy in the most important parts of their career when they become world champion. Now they went back to being that boy inside of their gym, the man. And now you can't tell them nothing. And sometimes they pay the price. So I'm curious to see how Roberto approaches this fight. Yes. What his plans are in the fight, how to, whether or not he's going to really take it to him early in the fight to Espinoza. I'm going to throw down the chat. If anybody wants to join, we could talk and break down some of these fights too. Happy Friday. I actually wasn't. I actually fight night tonight. I wasn't because I was gonna stay up tomorrow, Saturday, because we got Saturday fights, right? And there's actually a lot of fights. There's a lot of fights closing out in November right now. December 7th, we're gonna have the Emmanuel Navarrete with Oscar Valdez, right? December 21st, we're gonna have Usyk versus Tyson Fury out in um out there in Saudi Arabia, right? Riyadh season, right? And then on December 7th, wait, December 7th as well, and the same day as Emmanuel Navarrete is going to be fighting Oscar Valdez on December 7th. Liam Paro and Richard Hitchinson are going to be fighting in San Juan, Puerto Rico on December 7th as well. So they, and then February 1st is reported David Morale versus David the Monster Benavidez. And there's a lot of good fights being reported on that fight. Now, there's another fight card that was also being reported, but it's been jumping around in the dates. Is the Lamont Roach and um Tank, right? Javante Tank Davis, right? That said, one channel reported it in February, the other one reported it in March. It seems to be the one in March, but until they get all that finalized, all I'm going to say about it is that the fights that they announced on that card, notice that Isa Pitbull Cruz, right, is fighting on the other card, right? Okay, he's gonna be fighting on the David Morale well, he's not the undercard, he's not the co-main event, but Isa Pitbull Cruz will be in there, and the David Morale and David the Monster Benavidez, right? He's gonna be in there, right? So now they're now seeing Jose Vargas. I mean, Jose Valenzuela. Sorry, not Vargas. Valenzuela. Jose Valenzuela to be fighting on the undercard of the Javante Tank Davis fight, whether it be in March or February, like they're saying. I'm not too sure on the dates, or even if that fight materializes. Because you guys know that if somebody else sticks up their hand in the middle of all this can all be worked out, Loma. If Lomachenko decides, I swear to goodness, right now, Loma can go to his social media account, and all Loma got to do is put up a picture like this with his, you know how in class you let it be known, you know what I mean? I'm here. Just go like this, right? I'll answer the call. That's all Loma got to do is tell the world, I want to fight Javante Dane Davis, Lamont Roach, bye-bye. Whatever plans you had, that would be the fight. And I bet you Lamont Roach and Tank Davis don't fight. If Loma says like tomorrow, no, I'll fight him, that fight is over with. That whole card is probably subject to change. I don't know what would happen, you know? So, you know, that's why I'm not saying that I'm not going to report the date. And I can only tell you what I know, and I don't know too much. I've been trying to ask people in Top Rank, see if, you know, they don't. They don't know about Javante Tank Davis' situation. You know, well, Lamont Roach, yeah, but no, no. Oh, and then on top of that, Jose Valenzuela's opponent, Gary Antoine Russell Jr., I was like, yo, is this real? That's a good fight. Hey, yo, and did y'all see Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney face to face with Teo's dad? Yo, you gotta love Teo's dad. Yo, he's the shit. Yo, Teo's yo, he stuck up for his son though. Uh, if you ask me, I think Teo won that argument. Yo, let me know. Who you think won that argument? Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? The back and forth between Teo and Devin Haney, right? Listen, look, Devin Haney was trying to corner Teo in, right? Teo's dad was in front of him, right? And you can see Tio, right? He starts like laughing and he's trying to push his dad out the way. He's like, Dad, I got this. He's like, Dad, move out the way, Dad. Right? So Tio Sr., you know what I'm saying? Lopez Sr., that's his son. That's his boy. I don't care. That's you know what I'm saying, as a father, but let's put that to the side. He had to put it on his boxing promoter hat that day, and he had to be a manager and to sell a fight. That's what he did. Teal didn't need his dad there. He needed his business partner there, which his dad happens to be. Okay. So Teal starts popping off, right? And he's telling Devin, yo, you ain't scaring nobody walking up on me. You ain't listen. He's like, you food, I eat you, and I eat with my hands, right? He's telling him. And Devin Haney standing there like this, like, well, you fight me. And he's like, bro, what you mean? You guys don't want the fight. You're playing like you want the fight. Yo, and then Teal said it best. He was like, what happened with the meeting with Bob Arum? Go watch it in the interview. Yo, neither Devin Haney nor his father denied it. He kept telling them, what happened with the business meeting with Bob Arum that you guys didn't show up to? Bob Arum scheduled a meeting with you guys to speak about me fighting you, and that's what the meeting was about. What happened with the meeting? Yo, the Haneys didn't say shit. And Tio was anything. And yo, then when Tio and his father went, out or back, and Devin Haney went his own way, and Devin Haney does your typical what the young men do today. They try to like act like nothing is going wrong, and they try to grab things from the sky to get positives off. That he was acting like a kid. And Tio and his father was outside with the dude with the mic, and they trapped Ed Hearn. So Ed Hearn and all the mics are out there with Ed Hearn and them because they're up there. And he tells them, Tio's dad tells him, bro, we fought Lomachenko. You think we scared of him? And the fans start going behind it. And Tio's like, don't disrespect me like that. I'll break Devin Haney. Ed Hearn, don't disrespect me like that. I'll beat your boy. You just don't want to put him in the ring with me, right? So, yo, it kind of looked like Devin Haney and them. Well, you see, for Devin Haney to walk up on him, know that business wasn't going too good behind the scenes. Devin Haney been telling them, yo, give me the Tio fight, and probably Ed Hearn didn't believe in him. Nah, you don't want that Tio fight. I'm not going to set you up like that. And maybe he didn't push it. Somewhere in between there. But the fact that Devin Haney showed up in front of Tio, that's not a man that's scared. You're not ducking a person, then you pull up on him. That's not ducking. You just pulled up on him. So somewhere there's a confusion being somewhere. Because when Tio started screaming that, yo, what happened with the meeting? Yo, they didn't say shit. They didn't say shit. I was like, uh-oh. He got him with that one. And then Bill Haney and them niggas, they would just kept saying the same rebuttal back to Tio and his father. And Tio and his father, it looked anyway like they were saying facts because it wasn't really being contested by Devin. Devin's approach was a more bully mentality. Yo, hey, fight me. That's all he came there with. And Tio was like, listen, you trying to come up here with this front now to make it seem like no, listen, I'll fuck you up and I'm going to tell you the truth in your face. That's what that shit looked like. Yo, with Tio's father, bro, he was amazing. Yo, I was like, boost your son up. Look, Tio's been in a lot of hot water lately. These boxers say some darn things. But remember where this is coming from. From guys that get punched in the face for a living. Really? We expect these guys to say the best shit in the world. Come on, guys. You know what I mean? I mean, you better watch what the fuck come out of your mouth. You're always responsible for that. We grown-ups. We grown. You're a professional athlete. have some common sense. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit. Not gonna sugarcoat it for Tio. He's responsible for whatever comes out of his mouth, right? But these guys, they're not the when it comes to saying heart lifting shit to fucking capitalize the nation. These might not. This is where you might not want to get your information from. You know what I mean? These are fighters, for God's sake. You know, um, and Teal's been in a little hot water, but if you're a real boxing fan, you can put your feelings to the side and don't let yourself get trapped up like I did with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I gotta admit, um, I was picking Mike Tyson in that fight all the way, and that's a clear case of when I bet it with my heart. You know, it was something with pride with me. Um, and it clouded my judgment for the Jake Paul situation, and I have to learn from shit like that, not allow that to cloud my judgment. And when I look at Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, just because he said a lot of dumb shit in the media lately, I'm not gonna let what his words cloud my judgment for the type of work he does in the ring. Teofimo Lopez is a very, very good fighter. He needs more training, just like any other fighter in the world. I think that Teofimo Lopez at one point, right? I think about just 2 years ago, he was right there. If you would have got him like a real world class trainer, he could have put it all together for Teo. It looked like he got to a certain point in his career and he kind of stopped growing, kind of stopped, So he's good. He's good. And I can't say that Devin Haney opposed such a threat that he would just wipe down Teo. I think Devin Haney is good too. Really good. In right now, unless Devin Haney really locks in the gym and really gets some help and some understanding about some boxing shit. I understand you could be a boxer and even a world champion and have gone by boxing being trained all your life, never really picking up on everything that was happening. You only did, and you did it well, what you were trained to do. You didn't study what was going on, meaning after the fight was over, you forgot everything you did in that fight, everything you worked on, everything, because now you're just going into another training camp and your mind is open to the training methods that they're going to teach you. That happens a lot in boxing. The athlete just does what he's trained to do. He's not really paying attention. And Teo kind of did that. He's good though. Teo's fucking good, man. He makes some smart reads, real smart decisions in key situations in fights. And that's what separated him in those big fights against like Loma, And then he does that George Camboza fight was just a disaster. He couldn't get it together in his head. He couldn't get his ego in check. And George Camboza fought his ego. And Teo fell right into it, man. Teo dropped him in the fight. He started selling, but that gash was crazy, you know. Um, but that was real interesting. I like to see that. I like to see, Teo and they need to corner each other in. If it's really that the promotional people are not putting this fight together and they're lying to the fighters, and then the fighters run up on each other and find out, like, yo, no, I already sent you a contract. No, you didn't. I never got one. What do you mean? I sent it. Yo, promoter, where the fuck is this contract he's saying? You making me look stupid. And promoter's like, yeah, we got it, but we were looking it over. And he's like, yo, you never told me. And then the fighters out there looking stupid. But there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes in boxing, But I like that. I like that Devin Haney did initiate it. Devin Haney stepped to Teal. Had it not been for Devin Haney stepping to Teal, I'm not sure Teal steps to him. So let's keep it funky on that part. And that's why I don't think that Devin Haney is like, like lying neither. I don't think he is, because if you're ducking somebody or something, when you see the dude, you're gonna turn the other way. Why'd he walk toward him and was like, "Yo, what's up?" You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I like the cards that are coming up so far. But that Liam Paro fight with Richard Hitchison in Puerto Rico, San Juan, Puerto Rico, is tripping me out. It is. It's tripping me out. The fact that he's fighting in Puerto Rico where he beat Subrella at, man, it's just tripping me out. And then that means that the zone, Ed Hearn probably had a contract with Puerto Rico and he was gonna put 2 fights out there in Puerto Rico or whatever. But Subriel fought out in Puerto Rico too. Again. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He could have put other fights out there, but he chose to keep it Liam Paro. Um, let's see if this works out for Ed Hearn. The arena he scheduled out there in Puerto Rico, I think it feels like, what is it, 10,000? That arena in San Juan, max capacity is like maybe 12 or something, some shit like that, right? So let's see if he could at least fill that up. Because the arena that they sold out with Subriel and Liam Paro in Puerto Rico, there were 10,000 people in attendance in that arena. So and it sold out. So yeah, I want to see that card. But we got a lot of fights to talk about. Guys, we're gonna be I'm still working on these t-shirt situations. I haven't got the red yet. And I went out today and I forgot it. Listen, I'm gonna get the red. I'm gonna get that ink out. Might just swing this shirt black and white. F it. And we'll get a Notre Dame as the first one going out. Because I want to have one for the fight. But anyway, fight fans, listen, man. You guys are always the best, chopping it up with you guys. And the situation for the ladies, man. I just wanted to get on and talk about it. I think that there's plenty of elbow room, for you ladies to help out each other and bring your sport, you know. Don't start attacking yourself so early. You guys haven't gone that far yet. Wait until your sport builds up and then you guys can do what we do, but build it up first. Build it up first. And the way you'll probably do that is at least give props, because when you give, they give, back and forth. Her fans can become your fans, vice versa. You guys can help one another. She's technically not in your weight division, Claressa Shield. There's no need to attack your sister. There's no need for that. All right, you guys, love yourselves. Please don't forget to give this video a like, share the videos. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'm on to the next one after